Have you ever wondered why some of the wealthiest men still end up ignored or dismissed by women, while others, with little more than a grounded presence, clear direction, and calm inner strength, seem to naturally draw deep interest? The truth is, many of us have been misled. We were taught to believe that women only care about wealth, achievement, and influence. But what if the real source of attraction comes from something far more timeless, something no amount of money can secure? Nearly 2,000 years ago, Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and one of history's most respected Stoic thinkers, grasped this idea fully. He captured his insights not in a book meant for the world, but in a private journal. That journal, now known as Meditations, has become one of the most enduring guides to inner mastery ever written. In this video, I'll walk you through 10 of Marcus Aurelius' most powerful lessons and reveal 6 qualities that women often value more than financial success. These insights can change not just how others see you, but how you see yourself. If you believe that true strength comes from within and not from status, tap the like button, subscribe, and stay with me until the end. What you learn today could transform the way you experience connection and confidence. Let's get started. Part 1. Why status by itself will never be enough. Let me share the story of a man named Maximus. He was a successful lawyer living in London. He had a luxury car, a sleek penthouse, and dined at elite restaurants. By conventional standards, he had achieved everything. But beneath the surface, something was off. Despite his success, women kept leaving. They dated him briefly, then vanished. One woman even said, "You're a nice guy, but you don't feel like a man." Maximus was shaken. In response, he doubled down. He upgraded his style, invested in coaching, and bought even flashier accessories. But still, the same pattern continued. Nothing changed, till one day he came across a line from Marcus Aurelius: "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one." That one sentence cracked everything open. Maximus had been focused on how to appear valuable rather than becoming truly grounded in who he was. The realization struck him. Being high value is not about showing off material success. It is about cultivating presence, living with purpose, and finding inner calm. He began to understand that these qualities speak to something much deeper in women, something rooted in instinct and emotion. So, let's take a closer look at how the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius can help us tap into these more powerful forms of attraction. Part 2. Secret number 1. Presence. Be where your feet are. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Do not waste what remains of your life in speculating about others. Instead, be concerned only with how you can fulfill nature's calling in the present moment." This is presence. And it's the first quiet force that many men overlook, but women deeply feel. While most men are mentally elsewhere, constantly checking screens, drifting in thought, or distracted by their own anxieties, women pick up on this instantly. Their intuition is finely tuned. They notice when your attention is fragmented, and nothing cools attraction faster than the sense that you're not truly there. Maximus began to shift this. He stopped talking over people. He listened fully. He maintained calm eye contact. He slowed his movements, took conscious breaths, and entered rooms with intention. As he practiced being present, something changed. Women leaned in closer. Their tones softened. Their interest deepened. Presence is magnetic. It signals stability, self-control, and calm authority. It tells the world, and especially the woman in front of you, "I am here, fully, and I'm not afraid to be. In a world full of noise, this kind of grounded awareness is rare, and that rarity makes it incredibly valuable. Part 3. Secret number 2. Purpose. Stop drifting through life. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "A man's worth is no greater than the worth of his ambitions." Let that sink in. He did not measure a man by his wealth, his fame, or the things he owned. He measured him by the direction he chose to move in, the vision that pulled him forward. This is purpose, and it is the second powerful element that draws women in, often at a level they cannot fully explain. Purpose gives shape to your presence. Without it, money becomes just noise. Movement without meaning is hollow. But a man who rises each morning with a quiet mission, who creates something beyond himself, becomes someone others want to follow. Not because of what he has, but because of who he is becoming. Women are drawn to men whose lives tell a compelling story, not a highlight reel, but a real, evolving journey. If your story lacks direction, even wealth will not hold interest for long. Maximus began to shift again. He wrote out his goals with intention. He started giving back, helping younger men find their footing. He let his past pain fuel his future path. As he stepped into something larger than himself, his conversations became richer. He stopped reaching for attention. He became the center of it. Purpose gives you weight. It anchors your presence and electrifies your energy. It turns the ordinary into something unforgettable. Part 4. Secret number 3. Emotional mastery. Do not be ruled by your feelings. This is where Stoicism sharpens into something powerful. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This is the foundation of emotional control. It is the third quiet strength that many women value far more than wealth. Look around and you'll see it everywhere. Most men today are emotionally reactive. They get triggered easily, flustered in conflict, and rattled by uncertainty. But a man who stays composed under pressure, who handles difficulty without losing center, stands out. He becomes someone others can rely on. Someone who projects calm authority. And women feel that difference deeply. Emotional steadiness signals resilience. It says, "I will not crumble when things get hard. I am safe to lean on." Women will sometimes test your limits, not out of cruelty, but to feel the strength of your foundation. Maximus used to lose himself in overthinking. He'd spiral over unread messages, send impulsive replies, obsess over tone and timing. But as he absorbed the lessons of Stoicism, he let go of the need for control. He stopped fearing silence. He found peace in the uncertain. He welcomed discomfort with a quiet grin, and something shifted. That calm confidence became magnetic. Women felt it without words. Emotional mastery speaks for itself. Part 5. Secret number 4. Self-sufficiency. Be grounded like a fortress. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Look well into thyself. There is a source of strength which will always spring up if thou wilt always look." In other words, learn to draw power from within. This is self-sufficiency, the fourth hidden quality that often outweighs money in the eyes of a woman. True self-sufficiency goes beyond finances. It means standing on your own emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Too many men search for relationships hoping someone else will complete them. They treat love as if it's a cure for emptiness. But love does not reward neediness. It flows toward those who are already whole. Maximus learned this through discomfort. He once craved attention, clung to validation, and needed constant reassurance. But over time, he changed. Through silent walks, focused reflection, and honest self-examination, he reconnected with himself. He stopped looking outward for approval. He stopped chasing peace through others. He began to generate it from within. And as he released his need for validation, something surprising happened. Women started seeking him out. There is something incredibly powerful about a man who could live fully without a woman, yet freely chooses her. It reveals strength, clarity, and freedom. Self-sufficiency speaks volumes without saying a word. Part 6, Secret number 5, Integrity. Live in alignment with your nature. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." This is integrity, and it is the fifth quiet force that often speaks louder than wealth ever could. Integrity is not just about being honest with others. It is about being true to yourself. It means living without contradiction, speaking clearly, acting with intention, being the same man in private as you are in public, in a world filled with performance, false bravado, and shallow posturing. Integrity stands out. Many try to impress by exaggerating, manipulating, or hiding parts of who they are. But a man who stands in truth, who lives by what he believes, becomes steady and unshakable. Maximus used to stretch the truth to seem more powerful, more desirable, more in control. But as he immersed himself in Stoic teachings, his approach changed. He stripped away the need to perform. No more inflated stories, no more subtle pretending, just grounded, consistent honesty, and something remarkable happened. The deeper his integrity grew, the deeper the attraction became. Because when a woman senses that a man is real, that he is not posturing or hiding, she feels safe. She can trust his words. She can rest in his presence. And that is rare. That is powerful. Part 7, Secret number 6, Silence. The strength of saying less. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The more we value things outside our control, the less control we have." One of the most tempting things to chase is attention. Yet the moment you begin craving it, you lose presence, you lose clarity, and you lose power. In a world drowning in noise, many assume that volume equals value. But true influence often comes through quiet restraint. Women are not always drawn to the loudest voice or the flashiest display. They are drawn to the one who can command attention without begging for it. Maximus learned this by stepping back. He stopped justifying himself. He no longer needed to explain every move. He chose his words with care, allowed silence to stretch, and let stillness do the talking. And something shifted. His presence deepened. His energy became more composed. The less he said, the more women leaned in. Silence, when used with purpose, creates space. And in that space, mystery grows. Depth reveals itself. Confidence becomes felt rather than spoken. Not the man who performs to be noticed, but the man who sits comfortably in his own gravity. That stillness, that quiet control, carries a value no material possession can match. Part 8. The 10 suggestions from Marcus Aurelius that change everything. So what exactly did Marcus Aurelius write that helped Maximus stop chasing and start attracting? What timeless truths helped him shift from neediness to quiet power? Here are 10 insights from meditations, each one reflecting the 6 deeper forms of value we've explored. 1. Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. This is the foundation of self-discipline. Women are drawn to men who hold themselves to high standards without needing to control others. 2. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Master your reactions. Emotional steadiness is rare, and it makes you dependable in a chaotic world. 3. Do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Time is slipping. Live with urgency, clarity, and depth. Purpose flows from remembering that life is not endless. 4. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Your mindset shapes your energy. Think in alignment with your values, and you will live in alignment too. 5. Love only what happens, what was destined. Nothing brings peace like radical acceptance. It is the mark of a calm, grounded man who no longer wrestles with what he cannot control. 6. Be like the rock that the waves keep crashing over. Steady, unmoved, still standing. That is the emotional strength women can trust and feel safe with. 7. Dig within. Within is the wellspring of good. True self-sufficiency begins with honest self-reflection. Find peace within yourself and you. Become unshakable. 8. Stop talking about what a good man is. Be one. Words are cheap. Integrity is shown in action, not explained. 9. Never esteem anything as profitable that will make you break your word or lose your self-respect. Protect your values over popularity. That kind of clarity is rare and respected. 10. If someone can prove me wrong and show me my mistake, I will gladly change. A man who is teachable, not defensive, shows true strength. Humility with backbone is magnetic. These 10 lessons, when lived, transform everything, from how you carry yourself to how others respond to you. Not by chasing approval, but by becoming the kind of man who no longer needs to rise above. Stay grounded. Final thoughts now you understand. While many women say they value money, what they truly respond to runs much deeper. Presence, purpose, emotional mastery, inner calm, silence, and integrity. These are the rare traits that Marcus Aurelius lived and wrote about, and they remain just as powerful today. None of them can be bought, and yet all of them are priceless. If you want to succeed in life, start by mastering yourself. Become a man of inner strength, then let the rest follow. Money has its place, but it is not the foundation. The real victory is becoming the kind of man who commands respect, not through noise, but through quiet power. Thanks for watching. Stay steady, stay sharp, and I'll see you next time.